guys, welcome to this video. Today we're going to be doing chapter 2 of Genesis. Last time we did chapter 1 and we talked about the creation. Anyways, let's get into today's video. Genesis 2 takes a closer look at God's creations of the world, especially the creation of humanity and the Garden of Eden. Mostly what chapter 2 focuses on is the personal relationship between God and mankind, and explains the purpose God had for human life. The sixth day of creating the universe, God finished his work and rested on the seventh day. This does not mean God was tired, but his work was complete. God blessed the seventh day and made it holy because it marked his completion of his creative work. This became an important example of setting aside time to rest, worship, and recognize God's work. The story then shifts to a more detailed account of how God created the first man. At this point, there were no fields because there was no rain and no one to work the ground. Instead, God used streams or mist rose from the earth to water the land. So, God formed the man, Adam, from the dust of the ground. This reminds us that our physical bodies came from the earth, while our life itself came directly from God. God breathed the breath of life into Adam's nostrils. Adam became a living person. This special act shows that human beings have a unique relationship with God, unlike any other part of creation. Creating Adam, God planted a beautiful garden in his place called Eden and placed him there. The garden was filled with trees that are beautiful to look at and produced food for Adam to eat. In the center of the garden stood two trees, the tree of life and the tree of knowledge, good and evil. These trees represented life, obedience, and the choice to trust God's commandments. The Bible also describes a river flowing out of Eden that watered the garden before dividing into 4 separate rivers. These rivers provide life and abundance throughout the surrounding lands. The description improvises that Eden was a place of beauty, blessing, and God's perfect provision. God then gave Adam an important responsibility. Adam was placed in the garden to work on it and take care of it. This teaches us that work was part of God's perfect plan, even though that sin hasn't entered the world yet. Work was meant to be meaningful and rewarding, rather than difficult or frustrating. God entrusted Adam with caring for his creation, showing that people are called to be good stewards of what God has given them. God also gave Adam a command. He told him that he was free to eat from any tree in the garden except one, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. He warned Adam if he ate from that tree, he would surely die. This command gave Adam an opportunity to demonstrate love and obedience to God through his choices. True obedience can only exist when there's a choice. God observed that it was not good for the man to be alone. This is the first time in creation story that something is described as not good. God knew Adam needed companionship and someone who would share his life, his work, and his relationship with God. Before creating woman, God brought every animal and bird to Adam so he can give each one a name. Naming the animals demonstrated that authority and responsibility God has given Adam over creation. Although Adam found many different creatures, none of them were a suitable companion because none shared his human nature. To solve this, God caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep. While Adam slept, God took one of his ribs and formed a woman. When Adam saw her, he immediately recognized that she was perfectly created for him. He joyfully declared, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh." His words express love, unity, and gratitude for God's perfect gift. Genesis then explains the foundation of marriage. It says that a man leaves his father and mother and is joined with his wife. The two become one flesh. This verse teaches that marriage is God's design of creating a lifelong relationship built on love, unity, faithfulness, and commitment. The chapter includes describing Adam and Eve living together in complete innocence. They were both naked, yet they felt no shame because sin has not entered the world yet. There was no guilt, fear, embarrassment, or separation from God. They enjoyed the perfect peace with one another and with the creation. Overall, Genesis chapter 2 teaches many important lessons that remind us that God is the creator of all life and humans. It shows that people were created to work, to worship, and to obey God, and to live with a relationship with Him and with one another. The chapter also introduces the importance of free will, the blessing of marriage, and God's desire for humanity to enjoy His presence. It ends with a picture of the perfect world God created before sin entered through human disobedience in the next chapter. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you later, brothers and sisters.